Welcome to Retire Rich, Tales of Financial Freedom with Marc Hernandez and Carlos Lopez from M.A.H Financial. In this podcast, we guide professionals of all generations, including Gen X, millennials, and baby boomers, to answer an array of questions ranging from building wealth in 401k plans to selecting life insurance policies, including questions about IRAs, dividends, and bond alternatives. So tune in as South Texas's own financial advisors and fiduciaries, Marc and Carlos, draw from years of expertise, interview clients, and share stories of financial wisdom to accelerate your path to achieving your financial goals. Now, on to the show.
Welcome, listeners. I'm Dave, and you're listening to Retire Rich, where we discuss crucial retirement and financial topics that can make the difference between surviving retirement and thriving through it. When Washington hits a funding stalemate and parts of the federal government shut down, retirees feel the ripple effects first. Even if core benefits like Social Security payments and Medicare coverage continue, the friction around them can grow. Slower call centers, longer processing times for new claims or appeals, delayed paperwork, and general sense of uncertainty that can spill into markets and personal planning. If you're on a fixed income or managing required withdrawals and health costs, that uncertainty is significant. It can change when and how you make decisions. Today, I'm joined by financial advisor Marc Hernandez.
Dave, this is such an important topic because preparation is key to maintaining financial health.
Absolutely. We're going to break down what a government shutdown is and how it happens, what it can mean for Social Security and Medicare access, how delayed government economic reports can have an impact on investment and income decisions, and finally, look at the pitfalls of hasty decision-making during uncertain periods. Marc, let's start with the basics. When Washington cannot pass funding on time, parts of the federal government shut down. What does that actually mean, and how does that process unfold?
Well, Dave, essentially, a government shutdown is a lapse in annual funding. This occurs because Congress hasn't passed nor the president signed appropriations or a short-term continuing resolution or CR, resulting in agencies losing the authority to spend for certain activities. It's important to understand the difference between mandatory versus discretionary funding. Many benefits, such as Social Security, are mandatory because they're funded by permanent law. However, the agency operations that support these benefits rely on annual discretionary funds. This is why the benefits themselves continue, but the support systems can slow down or stop. The legal backbone for this is the Anti-Deficiency Act, which bars agencies from spending or obligating funds without an appropriation.
So what triggers the actual shutdown and the resulting slowdowns?
Well, the path first starts with a missed deadline. The fiscal year begins on October 1st, and if no enacted bills or CR are in place by then, it triggers a lapse. Each department then activates a pre-filed contingency plan detailing who keeps working and what pauses. This leads to furloughs for non-accepted employees and causes service centers and back office processing to slow or stop. The longer the duration, the more backlogs, delays, and market uncertainty can build. We want to be clear on this, what is not. It's not the debt ceiling, which concerns paying existing obligations. Shutdowns relate to the authority to start or continue discretionary spending. Furthermore, a shutdown is not a default on Treasury bonds.
Knowing that background helps us anticipate friction points. Marc, what does this specifically mean for Social Security and Medicare recipients? What essential services continue, and where should retirees plan for delays?
Well, retirees should understand that the core benefits are generally safe because automated systems keep running and they are funded by permanent law. Social Security monthly payments proceed, and Medicare Part A and Part B coverage continues, meaning hospitals and doctors can still bill Medicare. Existing Medicare Advantage and Part D plans also remain in force. However, the services that may slow or pause include SSA field offices and call centers may have reduced staffing, leading to longer waits. Processing delays are possible for new claims appeals and disability hearings. Some customer service and program operations for CMS may experience slower timelines.
So if someone is expecting important paperwork or is approaching an enrollment deadline, what should they do to stay ahead of the delays?
Well, the risk here is administrative slowdowns creating costly mistakes. Use online portals first, such as SSA, Medicare, or plan portals. Medicare enrollment windows do stay open, although confirmations may lag. SSA applications can be filed online, and effective dates follow normal rules. Submitting early is key. For planning, I suggest keeping a 1 to 3 month cash buffer for out-of-pocket costs or potentially delayed reimbursements. If someone is newly retired and moving to Medicare, filing Part B or Part D or Advantage early is advisable.
Okay, beyond the agencies themselves, a shutdown affects the financial markets by causing a data blackout. How can this pausing of key economic reports impact investment and income decisions for retirees?
Oh boy, this certainly creates a trickier backdrop for retirees drawing income. When releases like the BLS jobs report, which is widely expected to be weak, and GD reports are suspended, the Federal Reserve investors have fewer signals, and volatility often rises on rumors and surprises. For retirees, the primary concern is managing sequence of return risk. A market drop early in your retirement, combined with ongoing withdrawals, could potentially dent lifetime income. This is why a rules-based withdrawal plan is more suitable than reacting to the headlines you see.
If the data is thin and volatility is high, what risks should retirees be working to reduce in their portfolio?
Well, we need to reduce the chance of poor timing. Thin data can spark sharp, short-lived market moves, and rapid shifts in allocation during these windows can cause what we call rebalancing whiplash, which could lock in losses. One concrete financial risk is a need for forced sales. Without a cash flow plan, volatility may push a retiree to sell risk assets at lows to fund their living costs. To prepare, it's beneficial to maintain disciplined rebalancing rules and avoid major allocation changes while information is missing. For stability within an overall retirement income plan, some retirees may consider annuities for the potential to provide steadier income through volatile periods. It is crucial, however, to evaluate the fit, costs, and trade-offs with a fiduciary. Guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company.
So uncertainty often tempts people to sell on scary headlines just to feel in control. What are some of the common hasty decisions, and how can financial professionals help address these concerns?
Dave, you're so right. Hasty reactions can turn temporary turbulence into permanent financial damage. We see include headline trading. This is reacting to a single news item or delayed data release by whipsawing your allocation. Or even forced liquidity, selling long-term assets to cover near-term bills because a sufficient cash flow plan was not in place. Or calendar drift, missing a premium or filing deadline when agencies slow down, which could create fees, coverage gaps, or tax penalties. Or all or nothing thinking, moves like shifting completely to cash or doubling down on a position, which often ignore diversification and sequence of returns risk.
Before a retiree makes one of these impulse decisions, what simple gut checks should they run through?
Well, I suggest applying a few simple tests. First, a time test. Ask yourself what this decision will look like 90 days from now. If the answer is no, slow down. Or how about a purpose test? Determine if this action aligns with explicit financial goals like income or health care, or if it primarily just reduces anxiety today. Or also confirm whether this decision fits your preset rules, such as your withdrawal order or rebalance bands.
And finally, where can a financial professional be most valuable when data is scarce and processing times are slow?
Well, a financial professional or a specialist can add value by providing analysis and guidance. We help craft a pre-built playbook that anticipates data gaps, processing delays, and volatility so you're not improvising. We also act as an objective circuit breaker to challenge fear-based moves and help quantify trade-offs like taxes or fees. This coordination helps reduce the chance that administrative slowdowns create costly mistakes. Our goal is reviewing your financial approach based on your risk tolerance and goals instead of product chasing or market timing.
Marc, that was incredibly informative. Your retirement strategy is one of the most important aspects of your life. It underpins your entire life during your retirement. And it's not easy to keep up with the changing financial landscape in addition to your own situation. We certainly do not want any temporary noise to give you a lasting setback.
Well, if you're looking for more information about key retirement topics that can transform your future, visit us at mahfinancial.biz. That's mahfinancial.biz.
All right, that's it for the show. Thank you guys for listening. Join us next time.
Thank you for listening to Retire Rich, Tales of Financial Freedom. Have questions about topics covered during the show? Visit our website at www.mahfinancial.biz or give us a call at 956-994-0407. Don't forget to click the follow button to be notified when new episodes become available. Investment advisory services and financial planning services are offered through Simplicity Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of the firm, nor does it indicate that the advisor has attained a particular level of skill or ability. Insurance, consulting, and education services offered through M.A.H. Financial. M.A.H. Financial is an unaffiliated entity from Simplicity Wealth. Clicking the like button does not constitute a testimonial for or an endorsement of our investment advisory firm, any associated person, or our services. Clicking the like button is merely a mechanism to circulate our page. Like is not meant in the traditional sense. In addition, postings to our page must refrain from recommending us or providing testimonials for our investment advisory firm. Because the SEC and state securities regulators generally prohibit testimonials, any such postings are subject to swift removal.